In a shocking twist of fate, the United Kingdom's economy has plunged into chaos in the opening salvo of 2025, leaving citizens, policymakers, and analysts reeling. Barely a month into the new year, the nation's financial machinery has screeched to a halt, exposing a government scrambling to maintain control amid whispers of betrayal and impending collapse. As the gales of economic despair sweep across Britain, Chancellor Rachel Reeves finds herself at the helm of a sinking ship, her team reportedly eyeing the lifeboats with growing desperation. What follows is a tale of shattered optimism, political intrigue, and a nation teetering on the edge of ruin, a saga so gripping it demands your attention. Before we plunge into this electrifying drama, let me issue an urgent summons. If you're as riveted by the unraveling of Britain's economic fate as I am, I implore you to hit that subscribe button and join our community of truth seekers. Don't just sit on the sidelines. Drop a comment below with your take on this catastrophe. Will Reeves salvage the wreckage, or is she doomed to drag the nation deeper into the abyss? Your voice matters, and subscribing ensures you won't miss a single pulse-pounding update as this crisis unfolds. The stakes are sky high, and we need you in this fight for clarity. Subscribe now and let's uncover the truth together. The dawn of 2025 promised hope after December's fleeting economic revival, when the UK's GDP swelled by an encouraging 0.4%. Economists, buoyed by this glimmer of progress, dared to predict a modest 0.1% uptick for January, a cautious but optimistic forecast. Yet, in a stunning betrayal of expectations, the Office for National Statistics delivered a devastating blow. GDP didn't grow, it shrank by 0.1%. The nation gasped as the manufacturing sector, once a titan of British industry, inexplicably faltered, dragging the economy into a mire of stagnation. Construction crumbled, oil and gas extraction faltered, and the dreams of a robust recovery evaporated like mist in a storm. This wasn't merely a hiccup, it was a seismic shockwave. Economists, blindsided by the collapse, clutched their spreadsheets in disbelief. December's gains, so painstakingly won, dissolved faster than a politician's promises, leaving behind a wreckage of dashed hopes. For Chancellor Rachel Reeves, this marked a catastrophic turning point. Her grand vision for economic renewal, touted with fanfare, now lies in tatters, mocked by the cold, hard numbers of a nation in retreat. Behind the gilded doors of Westminster, the air grows thick with tension. Reeves, the embattled Chancellor, faces not only an economic tempest but a mutiny within her own ranks. Insiders reveal a chilling truth. Her closest aides, once loyal lieutenants, are growing restless. Reports swirl of Treasury staff discreetly polishing their CVS, their LinkedIn profiles glowing with fresh updates as they scan job listings with the frantic urgency of sailors abandoning a doomed vessel. One junior staffer, caught muttering over lukewarm coffee, confessed, "I didn't enlist for this nightmare." The sentiment echoes through the corridors of power, a team on the verge of desertion. Reeves, ever the political survivor, conveniently absented herself as the dismal January figures hit the headlines, embarking on a timely jaunt to Scotland. There, she unleashed a theatrical pledge to reverse a decade of decline, her voice ringing with the fervor of a cornered leader. "I inherited a disaster," she proclaimed, deftly deflecting blame onto her predecessors. Yet, this narrative frays at the edges. After mere months in office, the economy's downward spiral accelerates, and her team struggles to peddle the fiction that she's an innocent bystander in this unfolding calamity. As the economic storm rages, questions mount. Who bears the guilt for this debacle? Some point across the Atlantic to Donald Trump, whose tariff tirades threaten global trade stability. When pressed on this, Reeves sidestepped with the grace of a seasoned diplomat, extolling the virtues of free and open trade, a polished evasion that left observers rolling their eyes. One junior aide reportedly quipped, "At this rate, she'll pin it on the weather next." Indeed, her team soon seized that very excuse, blaming relentless rain for hobbling manufacturing and construction. The economy, it seems, is as fragile as a sandcastle in a tempest. Yet, the finger-pointing doesn't end there. Reeves' inner circle, according to hushed leaks, harbors a darker suspicion. Her own policies may be the true saboteurs. Her decision to slam businesses with a staggering £26 billion tax hike on employers' national insurance contributions has ignited a firestorm. Surveys paint a grim picture. Hiring has plummeted at a pace unseen since the 2008 financial crisis, barring the pandemic's darkest days. The Bank of England issued a dire warning. Job losses loom, inflation lurks, and Reeves' fiscal gambit risks plunging the private sector into a death spiral. A Treasury official, speaking anonymously, likened the situation to a slow-motion car crash, with us strapped inside. Undeterred by the chaos, Reeves doubles down. In a speech dripping with bravado, she declared, "The world has changed, and we're all feeling the fallout." With a flourish, she shifted culpability onto global forces, positioning herself as Britain's valiant defender. Her plan? A sweeping reform agenda, bolstering public services, igniting economic growth, and, in a jaw-dropping twist, launching the largest military spending spree since the Cold War. Tanks, it appears, are her answer to a faltering economy. She vowed to take on the blockers, though these shadowy foes remain unnamed, perhaps the weather, wary investors, or her own missteps. Critics scoff at this grandstanding. Paul Novak of the Trades Union Congress delivered a blunt rebuke: "We need public investment, now." His words underscore a stark reality. Without robust growth, Britain's finances teeter on a razor's edge. Economic sages warn that painful cuts loom, none more chilling than a rumoured £6 billion slash to welfare, targeting disability and unemployment benefits. As businesses stagger under tax burdens, Reeves seems poised to punish the vulnerable, a move even her advisors reportedly question. "It's like dousing a fire with petrol," one insider lamented. The cracks in Reeves' camp widen daily. Treasury aides, once steadfast, now eye the exits. Rumours swirl of an impending exodus, with some predicting resignations before her pivotal spring statement on March 26. The Chancellor's refusal to heed dissent, clinging to policies her team privately deems disastrous, fuels the unrest. "She's about to cut welfare and tax businesses into oblivion," one aide confided. "It's madness." Another described the mood as a pressure cooker ready to blow. Even Liz Mouse, the Office for National Statistics Director of Economic Statistics, could muster little cheer. "The economy shrank slightly in January," she intoned, her voice as flat as the growth figures. "Still, over 3 months, we've eked out feeble gains." Cold comfort for a team staring down a fiscal abyss. As Reeves prepares her spring statement, the stakes couldn't be higher. Sluggish growth, soaring borrowing costs, and dismal productivity paint a grim tableau. Her fiscal targets, boldly set just 5 months ago, slip out of reach, forcing a reckoning. More tax hikes loom, and welfare cuts seem inevitable. Yet optimists cling to faint glimmers. Rising wages, potential rate cuts, and government spending might avert total collapse. For now, though, Britain rides an economic rollercoaster. Thrilling, terrifying, and utterly unpredictable. Is Reeves the architect of this disaster, or merely a scapegoat for Trump's trade wars and her predecessor's failures? Her team, teetering on the edge, may not stick around to find out. As the nation watches, one truth emerges. The UK's economic fate hangs by a thread, and the spring statement may be Reeves' last stand, or her final unravelling. Stay tuned, dear reader. This is a drama too explosive to miss.